Episode 5 at Home with the Warriors, and we're joined tonight by Maria Leahy, head coach of the Waterloo Warriors field hockey program, 2019 OUA Coach of the Year, and also the 2020 Waterloo Warriors Coach of the Year. Thanks for joining us, and how are things going at home in the quarantine life?
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm a teacher, so I'm teaching online every day, and that's really busy. I'm a music teacher, and so I see my students back to back over Zoom calls, and it's definitely totally different, but in some ways it's good to keep that on track for them. I think they're really enjoying it. It's keeping me busy. And yeah, we're talking to our girls a lot. And staying in touch. I mean, this is our off season, so it's not like we would usually be seeing them face to face very much anyways, but in some ways this quarantine has kind of brought us closer together because we're just texting each other on a group chat all the time, and we have an off season program that Steph, one of our assistant coaches, kind of developed that has all of our girls sending us videos 3 times a week about stuff they're doing. So they have a run, and then they have a strength, and then they have like a stick and ball kind of thing that they're doing. So we're getting these videos like from 20 girls 3 times a week, and it's awesome actually. So yeah.
Cool. And you guys are all staying in touch kind of via Zoom or?
Well, historically we've operated with an iPhone group chat, but our newest recruit, Julie, came out of nowhere with an Android phone, so put the whole thing over to WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So we're still getting used to that, but yeah, the group chat's on WhatsApp now, so we're using that like every day, and yeah.
Cool. Talk a little bit about last year. Obviously, you guys had an unreal season. First bronze medal since 2015, beating York, who was the back-to-back defending champ.
Yeah.
Obviously, for yourself, you're the coach of the year. You had the Gail Wilson Award winner both at the provincial and national level, goalie of the year, provincial level. So obviously, one of your best seasons probably as a coach since you've been here for is it 7 years now?
Yeah. 6 years. No, six.
Okay, going into your 7th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, probably one of your most memorable seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. The first year that I was the coach, we also won a bronze medal. Yeah. And that was like, I don't think I had anything to do that. I think I kind of struck gold walking into this team. But yeah, since then we haven't won a medal at all. So it was just an incredible season to be able to finish the way we did. And yeah, absolutely. It's definitely the best season I've had as a coach. And well, I'll remember it forever for sure.
Awesome. And obviously do you want to talk a little about the bronze medal game? Obviously dramatic fashion, a 1-0 win. Looked like nobody was going to score. It was just kind of stalemate. You guys were back and forth, and the goalies were standing on their heads. Talk about how that goal was set up and how you guys were able to hold off the Lions off the score sheet.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of have a different memory of that game. Like, we went into it, we had a really good team chat in the hotel in Guelph, like before going over to the field. And everybody was just like totally in the right zone. And that game, I just remember like Steph and Alana and I on the sidelines, we weren't making very many subs, but the pace of the game was just very calm. And wasn't something I don't think we were known by. That's not one of our like hallmarks as a team this season anyways, but we walked into that game and it was just like not a chance that we were going to lose it. It was actually a very calm game. We scored the goal. Miranda Hunter, our one of our captains next year, she scored that amazing short corner, and it was I was shocked, but I was also like not surprised at all. Both emotions happened. And yeah, I was so proud of that performance. Like, the girls, it was totally athlete led and driven, and it was, yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was definitely one of the top moments for the Warriors season for sure. Looking ahead to next season, just around the corner. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So you obviously lost Larissa, one of your captains. But I mean, you've got Taylor and Hannah, who were unbelievable rookies last year. So talk about what 2020 looks like for your team.
Yeah, so we are losing Larissa, which is a huge hole, and we're also graduating Madigan, and we're going to miss those two girls both intensely. We have, like you mentioned, Taylor and Hannah, and a couple other girls, Laura and Ange, in that class who are, all four of them are super strong. And then we have Julie, the Android cell phone user.
Yeah. What's Julie's last name?
Julie Mary. She's from Waterloo, actually,
Okay.
from WCI, and she's coming next year. Super strong midfielder.
Nice.
And we have a couple other girls who've received acceptances over the last week or so. We'll be announcing those names soon. But we definitely are very excited about the group coming in for 2020. And I don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet, but yeah, we obviously had a fantastic season, but everyone in the change room is thinking next year we're going for gold, absolutely. So we don't want to lose that momentum. We're totally totally hopeful we get to play again this year, and yeah.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit off air about next season. So what's your optimistic level at for having a season? I know there's been some chats with our administration. I don't know if you've heard many OUA rumblings, but where do you think happens next season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it has to be led from the government or the health officials, and then the OUA will obviously take their directives from the government and Health Canada. But yeah, I think I was probably not very optimistic, but after talking to the department, I was like, hey, they are definitely considering, they're definitely optimistic. They are talking about solutions for our athletes of places that they could stay, to make sure that they are able to be in town if their season is running or if their sport is running. So yeah, after talking to Brian and Rolly, I was definitely like, hey, they're totally on board for a season and they're going to do everything they can to support our girls if that is possible. So yeah, never say never, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all hoping for the best for sure.
Yeah.
What about indoor season? Did you guys get any of that in this year, or was that mostly postponed?
No, we got a bunch of our indoor season in. We played at the York Invitational, had a
Nice.
great performance there. And then January through till March, we play in an indoor league at Rim Park, actually. So we got most of our league finished. We got cut one weekend, which was really sad because it was the playoffs for one of our teams. But um, our other team finished the playoffs and came second in the league, which was a fantastic performance. So that league includes some of the other OUA teams. So they're competing against like Western Guelph, York. But yeah, it was good. So we got a lot in, and we were actually also using the field house a lot over the January, February, beginning of March there. So we were doing a lot of outdoor practicing inside.
Cool.
So it was awesome. Yeah, we got a ton of time in there, and it was really productive for us. So
That's awesome. Great.
mhm.
Any alumni events you guys plan for next season? I know we had the Hall of Fame last year, and there's a couple former athletes that got inducted,
Yeah.
including your mom. So, is there anything you guys have planned for the next couple of seasons or this season?
So the biggest thing that we do, or we've done in the last 2 years, is an alumni game in the fall, and we have it like kind of late August, early September, and we have a lot of alumni like from my era come back, a lot of my friends, and then a lot from the early 2000s because Waterloo field hockey was really successful in the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
all those ladies are still really into it, and they're like 45 and still coming back to play. So we have that event, and obviously we'd love to have that again if it's possible. But they were asking if we could have another alumni game in the field house in the winter. So that was something we were looking to do too. But
Yeah.
yeah, we still have a lot of girls and ladies who like to play. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. And you mentioned obviously the goal for next season is gold. How are you going to what's the plan to get there? Same as always, or is there some different steps you will take to kind of reach the top of the OUA?
Well, I think this year, the last few years, we've really been focusing on skill development. So having the average skill level of each member of our team be higher and higher and higher every year. And Steph Snyder, one of my assistant coaches, is a very, very strong skills technician, and she's worked tirelessly with our girls to get them, um, giving them some of the technical abilities to raise their game. And then the second thing that we've worked really hard on is our team culture. And I think, honestly, I think that's the key that gave us the ability to walk into that bronze medal game and just say, doesn't matter who's on the field, we're gonna go out, we're gonna play as a team, we're gonna win this game. And honestly, I believe in that mentality so much. And I think going forward, we don't change anything. I think we continue to prioritize our team culture, and obviously that looks a little different now, but we do that, and then we keep our girls accountable for their skill development over the summer. And I have to say, like, out of our 20 girls, all of these girls are sending us videos of what they're doing every single, 3 times a week, like we've asked them to. Nobody's slipping on that stuff, even though like some of them are thinking, oh, are we gonna have a season? They're still so committed to getting out there and continuing to get better every day. So right now I feel very confident. If we were to have a season, I feel very confident we would have a very good season.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Maria. That's all I had. So thanks for joining us and talking about last season, this season, and everything else that's going on between.
Yeah, thanks for having me.